Hey guys, Jason Guyman here with ChristmasLightsHelp.com, and today I got some fun stuff that um, they came from China. I actually had a friend that Pixels, and how you want to say, well, what are Pixels and how they work? Pixels are used to do really cool stuff with like to do your pixel trees, your Christmas trees that actually come, and you can see, lights, and the music plays with it and all that stuff. That is what pixels are used for. And with pixels, we can use them for, we can also do them on the house. They'll be a little bit different than these. These are node lights, but with pixels, we can make a really cool display. And I actually got 2,500 right here in this box. And I'm actually going to build a Christmas light tree or a pixel tree at the firehouse that I work at for because it's on a main road and it's going to look cool. So when I'm doing that, I'm going to do a lot of videos about how to do pixels. Now I've taken several classes on pixels, so I'm going to be putting my knowledge to the actual thing. It seems complicated every time I deal with them. I understand how it is, but I am going to learn. What up, Edward? So pixels are going to be really fun to learn with. Now, I just got my course all together, and I'm going to have a lot of stuff in my course with my membership that I have, and I'm going to be putting a bunch of my pixel stuff in that stuff. So I'll put a little bit here on YouTube, but everything else will go into that course. If you have any questions, you can ask questions at any time on this live, and I will get to your questions. Also, if you want to, you can also go to ChristmasLightsHelp.com/askjason, and you can ask any questions there, and I will get back with you with answers to your questions. But again, I just wanted to show you, these are pixel nodes. Like I say, I got 2,500 of them. I'm really excited to try to learn how to put these trees together. There's a guy right down the road from us, not too far where I live with, and he's did it on his house, and he's going to be doing a whole lot, and I'm actually going to go help him install all his lights, so that way I can learn how to work it. He's actually going to have a 40-foot pixel tree, which is huge. Last year he had 20 foot. I actually show a video earlier on of that 20-foot pixel tree, and it's going to be twice that size. The size that I want to do, it's going to be right around 20 foot, and that's going to get us to the top of the peak of the firehouse, and then we're going to bring it down. It'll be 180 degrees, and then we'll be able to run music and run different things on that pixel screen is the goal for me to get it done. But I just wanted to get on here tonight and kind of give you the pixels. Like I say, I paid, got a pretty good deal on them, because when we got them for 2,500, I paid right around 500 bucks, and that was he brought a whole container over, and that was all the pixels was that. But again, if you do have any questions or any questions in the future, you can ask these questions at ChristmasLightsHelp.com slash Ask Jason, and there I will be able to answer all your questions for you. But I'm really excited to get to these pixels, to try to get these things up and running and make them working right, and doing different tests with them to show you how they work and the whole 9 yards. But again, just go check it out, and it'll be a great thing. If you're thinking about starting a Christmas light business, you can check out pressurewashhelp.com/webinar, and I'll be doing a webinar on how to do Christmas lights as a business, and that'll be on October the 8th, and I will go in detail of kind of how we started a Christmas light business, how we took that Christmas light business from 40 customers our first year, and this year we will be doing right at $500,000 is our goal for Christmas lights this year. Our goal for Christmas lights at Pressure Wash, our Christmas Lights Cincinnati, is $500,000. And in my course, I go over every bit of how we get there, basically how to market, how to set them up, how to design them, the whole 9 yards. So go check them out, and I hope to see you. If you want to learn more about kind of how to do Christmas lights on a house and stuff, go check out these videos right here, and I'll have a link to them, and you can go check them out right there. But if I don't have any other questions for tonight, I'm going to get off of here, and hope you all have a great week this week. Get ready for Christmas nights. Get your marketing going. Um, Make sure you are marketing. We're getting 5 to 6 leads a day during the week right now. And so make sure you get your marketing going good. Um, I know some people don't like to spend money, but in this business, you got to spend money to get money made back to you. Go check out, just start, even if you can do a little bit of AdWords, a little bit of, right now we're spending, and this is early season, we're spending $100, $150 a day just in Christmas light AdWords. And we are almost booked for October. We're over $150,000 just in October. So go check out and get your ads running. Make sure your Google My Business is up. Make sure all your Google My Business stuff is up and ready to rock and roll. Make sure you've added your pictures. Make sure you're getting reviews. Make sure you're getting your citations to Google My Business, so that way you can start getting that phone to ring and make you some money. But with that being said, pixels are really cool, and I'll show you they're RGB, so that means they're red, green, blue lights in them, and then you can change it and get like a million different colors off of those 3 colors on there. So and that's how they work. But you can see they're spaced, and I'll be putting them in the little piece there. They each have a chip in them, so that means they're actually smart nodes. If they didn't have a chip in them, then they would be dumb nodes, and then they would all work the same thing. Where a smart node, we can turn this one pixel on and off just by the sequence of how it works. So it is pretty cool how these things work. But like I say, with the pixels, it is a little bit, it's a lot more technical than just regular old C9. C9s are real easy. These are not so easy. You got to inject power in them. You can only have so many before you got to inject power in them. Otherwise, they will start to dim the farther down the line they go. I believe you can go 200 or 250 before you got to inject another line into that pixel. Otherwise, these pixels will go down. Now, like you say, more money. This is more money. This is a lot more money. Pixels are not cheap. Pixels are pretty, they're not, C9s aren't cheap either. 69 cents a bulb. I don't think it's real cheap, but they make you good money. So 69 cents a bulb is pretty expensive, but these are too. These are pretty expensive too. I think these are 33 cents a piece, if I remember right. I don't remember how much they was, but they're not the cheapest thing either. Well, what's 2,500 divided by $500 is how much these cost. So, but this is something that you can, if you got a customer that might want a pixel tree, and you might want to be able to upsell that pixel tree. This isn't no $500 job at this point. I got $500 just for that. That's not counting my controller I got to buy, which will be about $250 for the controller, and to eject power into these lights to make them work. And then we have to, unless you can figure out how to buy this stuff or to program it, then you have to program everything. How do you inject power? So you actually will buy a inverter, or it's actually a let's see, it's 120 to 5 volts. So it would be is it an inverter or a inverter? I think it's a inverter. And basically what you're doing is it drops that power to 5 volts. And then what you will do is you will cut into, or where the power line, one of these is power. So you have your negative and positive wire, and then you have your signal wire. And then you can tell by where it is on the actual pixel there, you'll know. And then so that power wire, you will have to add that power wire from a 12 volt or a 5 volt source that will inject these to make sure that they don't lose their brightness, if that makes sense. I hope I didn't butcher that up too bad. But basically, so we'll have one box that can run the whole show, and then we'll have little boxes that will, especially if you have a big place, like, and you're doing over the house, you're doing your tree, you're doing your bushes, you're doing the outline of the house. We'll have to inject power in certain places of that to make sure we got power. But now that being said, we can actually, the data will run all through all of them, but the injection power, we have to inject the power to them. And these are light emitting diodes also, so they are directional. You cannot plug these in backwards. Like a C9 bulb now, you can actually plug in both ways and it will still work. These will only work one way, power in, power going one way. It won't work if we power it up backwards. It will not work. So that is another thing about these lights. But I'm excited to learn about these. They've been at his house for a couple months now, about a month or two. I just never got over to David's house to pick these up, and I went last night and got them picked up. And I'm actually going to be helping him put his stuff up. So I'm really excited about that. And I will be doing a bunch of videos when I'm learning about this stuff and showing how to use pixels. Even if you're not in business for Christmas lights and you're just on the hobby side and you're homeowner, I want this to be for you too, because this is something that I've been trying to get into for a while, and it's just it's always kind of blown my mind of how do I get this stuff to work and work properly. So I'm actually going to go put my hands on it and do it, so that way you will be able to know how to do it also. And hopefully I don't fry nothing before that and have other issues. So go check out pressurewashhelp.com, or I'm sorry, go check out christmaslightshelp.com. And you can find my training there. All my membership part is there, and you can go figure it and find out. I go step by step in there, and it's a great source. I will be there to help you make sure you are successful. I hope everybody has a good week, good night, and have a great week this week.